Kickstarter is a thing where I can pay for a game and then not get it for like 2 or 3 years. Most of the time, and what it's become today is less of a way to help a game that would never otherwise be made come to life, and more of a pre-order system. Now, sometimes I don't mind doing it. CMON, those games, they can afford to make those games. If you were ever to see someone like Fantasy Flight on there, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You got plenty of money. CMON has plenty of money. But then you see designers that you know like Martin Wallace and Vidal Chevadal, Mr. Escape Plan, On Mars, CO2. You see these games that already exist and you wonder like, why are they even on there? What even is Kickstarter these days? Kickstarter is a bit of a goddamn nightmare, and the main reason I feel like the thing that keeps Kickstarter alive can be summed up in 2 words. That is groupthink. Groupthink is the psychological phenomenon that occurs within a group of people in which the desire for harmony or conformity in the group results in an irrational or dysfunctional decision-making outcome, i.e., a lot of people will get into like a mob mentality and they will think, oh, if one person jumps on it, then another jumps on it. And next thing you know, the project is $1 million monies over budget or overfunded. And then you get left with like a subpar product. I'm not saying this product is subpar because I haven't even played it, but I played D-Day Dice Volume 1 or first edition. So I know the type of game it is, which is the reason why I backed second edition. I did not back first edition. My experience with Kickstarter has been from the why the fuck did I do this to the I'm really glad that I did this and everything in between. I have backed, as of now, 93 games on Kickstarter. Now, some of those were not successful, some of those were. The very first thing I ever backed was a game called Dragon Horde. And I remember that first time I backed something on Kickstarter, I was like, oh no, is this a good idea? Are they gonna take my money? And to this day, only 1.5 people have actually taken my money and not given me anything back. It's a pretty good track record. But the first game, it was so cute. It was like about dragons and sheep and colors, and it was a game that would not have been made otherwise without the help of Kickstarter. And since then, there's been a Renegade Games edition. I'm very glad that that guy went on to have his game seen by as many people as possible. There are other horror stories. I want to kind of talk about, there are 3 things that you need to be made aware of whenever you are thinking about backing something on Kickstarter. You need this, a fucking video showing how to play your game. Most of the things that I've backed have had that video, and you're gonna see the same fucking Tantrum House, Man vs. Meeple, and all these other blowhards trying to tell you, oh, this game is so great because they're getting paid to do it, or they love gaming. The people who love gaming telling you to play a game because they love to play it, they're only playing it for the once or twice and then tell you how it is, but they don't really give their opinion. Rahdo is the only dude who I will say will give their opinion in such a way, and if you watch him, he's really honest about it. So Rahdo is like the only guy that I watch that I'm like, yeah, that guy gets it. Whatever Rahdo says, I'm okay with because I know the kind of person he is. Most of the other people who their only source of channel is making videos for Kickstarters, I'm not really all about that. So you motherfuckers gotta have a video on that Kickstarter. 2, if it's your first project, I am very less likely to back you unless you have a big name behind you. Because, I mean, come on. If you have never made anything, and then you're gonna go to a project with the ambition of a Rising Sun or a Cool Mini or Not, just this giant thing, come on, man, I don't trust you to do it. So if it's your first project, it better be a bit of a smaller game, and we'll talk about how that bit me in the ass very recently as well. And 3, the third test that you have to pass as a Kickstarter for me to give you all my sweet bucks, you gotta make it past Phil. Because I will send anything that I back to Phil to be like, is this something we want? And sometimes we will alternate. He'll get the big thing, then I'll get the big thing. I'm like, is this something we want? And if he's like, yeah, it seems neat, then I'm on. But if he's like, I don't think so, then I'm off. All right, so here's what we're gonna do very quickly. I'm gonna go through everything that I've ever backed on Kickstarter as of, hey Google, what's the date?
It is Saturday, the 8th of February, 2020.
As of now. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pull up the thing, give me some room to put some stuff over here. First thing, Dragon's Horde, loved it, great. Veronica Mars the movie, never actually watched it. Walk the Plank, still have it, still a fun game. Coop, it's okay. I didn't really like the game, but the Kickstarter project went fine. Moby Dick or the card game, it's back there. It is one of the greatest gaming experiences I've ever had. Thumbs up. Pixel Press, I don't even remember that. 2 Rooms and a Boom, still have it, never played it. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Never played it. Coin Age, pretty fun game. Clever, good experience. It's a good little kids thing, so that was a good project. Burgoo, good project, played it once. Tiny Epic Kingdoms, those fucking things, those Tiny Epic things, I've been in from the ground up, hipster glasses. Those are always very well run projects, and the gameplay is always hit or miss. It's more of a novelty than a game, but you know what? They've always done a really good job of putting a date out there and then promising on that date. This town ain't big enough for the four of us. It was fine. Draco Magi, it was a good project, good game. How to Human, Baker Street, Dio de los Muertos playing cards, Luchador Mexican wrestling dice, I think is that the first edition or second edition? Whichever one I got, but I've already gotten rid of it. Hidden Agenda was a well-run project because what are they? Not Cool Mini or not, the toys and cards games people, the people who make Resistance, they are really good with the projects, but it's just a pre-order system. That's just going to come out regardless. Case in point, the Potemkin game about the fake storefronts that did not make the Kickstarter was still released at my friendly local game store. So what the fuck? Why are you even existing here? Also, this is the game that killed Resistance for me. Awesome. Hostage Negotiator, great. World Wrestling, great. Breakfast Club, great. These RPGs, I usually do a really good job. Crimson Creek, while the worst game ever made, the Kickstarter was ran nicely. This micro game, the guy who makes the wallets, that was a good run thing. Nemo's War was one of the best projects, and I've backed a couple of things they've done. The expansion for Worldwide Wrestling is great. Joking Hazard, bad. Terribly run campaign to the point where it soured the taste in my mouth that when I finally got it, I was like, I don't want this. Why? Because Phil found it in Target before I got my copy. Now, there is a sense of entitlement when it comes to backing these projects and wanting them before, because you put the money up first. First come, first serve. You really want to back the person. I know it's not always the developer, it's more the publisher and the distributor, but that sense of, I helped make this, so I should be rewarded first, is definitely there. And, oh, he got his copy before me. He took a picture, sent it to me. Fuck that kid. Baker Street 2, okay, Don't Mess with Cthulhu, very good. That was a well-run campaign. Rail Riders Infinite, it's a terrible game. I got the game like a year and a half after I was supposed to get it. Bleh. Superplex, good. Norlandia, good. Dale of Merchants, good. One Deck Dungeon, good. Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave, good. Mitworks, good. Space-Based Mutiny, I actually got 2 copies of that game for some reason, so thanks. Even though I never played it. Unfair was kind of a wonky campaign because when the game finally came out, the cards were all misshapen, and they sent backups, but by the time I got my backups, almost a fucking year later, that game was long gone. Endangered Orphans of Condyle Cove, you want to know how to run a Kickstarter? The fucking Endangered Orphan guys, who are they, Certifiable Studios, they run a Kickstarter. They will give daily updates and other updates. You want to update your thing as much as possible, especially afterwards. And they are just, they're funny, they get it, they understand what it takes, and these are the games that I don't think would have been made otherwise. So thanks everyone for keeping that studio alive. Even though I haven't liked everything they've made, I really want them to make more things. Arkham Ritual is a terrible game, but the Kickstarter went fine. Rising Sun was my first cool mini or not, the first time I dove all into all of them delicious minis, and it did not disappoint. I actually really like the game too. Wu Wei, Journey of the Changing Path. That was a project that was canceled and then restarted, and I got in on it. I don't know why I backed the game. It just looked really pretty. I have no idea. Brass, I knew that was going to be a good one. Sequel to One Deck Dungeon. I'm not going to back your expansion unless I've had a good experience with the first one. White Top Game Design, cool. Sailing Taurus Osiris was a good campaign. Sweet Dreams Cthulhu was a good campaign. The Deep Space D6 took a little while to get to me, but I had no expectations and I wasn't really like foaming at the bits to get to it, but it was a good campaign. Rise of Tribes, good campaign, and they actually went to go sell that in Walmart, so good for them. Cthulhu Rise of Cults, that actually delivered early. Good job them. Who Goes There? Certifiable Studios. That was a beautiful box to open. Too bad you weren't there for it. Visitor in Blackwood Grove is a great game. It's basically been sent to the recycle bin or the other bin, the cheap bin, the clearance bin. If you find a copy of it, wonderful. It's at Barnes & Noble, it's at the other place, half price for like $10. It's on sale at Target. It got a whole lot of nothing because it was everywhere and no one bought it because no one knew what it was. I highly recommend it. I made a video on it. Patriots and Redcoats, talked about how great that is. That actually replaced Resistance. Very well done. Montana, well, game was a very well run campaign. D-Day Dice. This game funded, let's see when this game funded. December 5th, 2017. And as we talked about, Google, what's the date?
It is Saturday, the 8th of February 2020.
That's a long time. This game was supposed to send, what was it supposed to send? September 2018 is when I was supposed to get this. It's a long time. I was okay with the wait on this because I wasn't really expecting to get it anytime soon. But when you start saying shipping has begun and I still don't get it for another 4 or 5 months, that's when the issue is. Nemo's War expansion, backed immediately. Nemesis board game was one that had to go in 2 things, but I feel like the campaign was well run. Another Tiny Epic was well run. John Carter, I don't even know if I ever got this, but I think I got the PDF. I don't know. Gentes was a game that was very well done. The campaign was great. I got it super early. Australia, the board game. This is one where they sent me a damaged game, but I still got the replacement very, very quick no matter what. Sweet Mess. Let's fuck this game up. Sweet Mess was funded in April of 2018 and it was supposed to be sent out like 4 months ago. And as we know, hey Google, what's the date?
It is Saturday, the 8th of February 2020.
So I still have not gotten that. They are very stupid with their updates. This has been a terrible campaign to the point when I finally get the game, it's such a bad taste in my mouth that I want to play it once and probably get rid of it. Because these are all the games I've gotten since I was supposed to get that game. Dinosaur Island, Back from Extinction. Great, got it. Fireball Island, while the components that I got, and I'm not happy with the box, the campaign was well run. Fleet the Dice game, did a whole video on that. Excellently run campaign. Miskatonic University, good. Martin Wallace board game, great. Gugong, got that early, that was good. Tricarion was a long process, but they kept everyone up to date, they kept everyone informed, and I actually got that over there, and it was better than I expected. Got a lot of stuff in that. Escape from the Dark Tower, I got that, that was great. Tang Garden, still waiting on. My patience is running a little thin, but at least they're updating everybody. That's Not Lemonade, got it, played it, got rid of it. Coldwater Crown, got that one. Hey Coldwater guys, where's my next Coldwater update? I want some more of that. Black Orchestra Conspirator packs, I actually got rid of that game and then got the packs. If anyone wants them, let me know. Escape Plan, all of the Vita Lacerda games, stellar. They come in super on time, if not early. They're exactly what is promised. If anything, those games are too big. Great way. Dale Merchant's Collection, that one got delayed a little bit, but he kept everyone informed. And Human Conditions is coming in very soon, any week now. More Nemo's War, anything Nemo's War that goes up on there. Victory Point games on point. Murder of the Cosmic Express, we'll end on that one in a second. Freshwater Fly, remember I did the preview. It was super awesome. Didn't get paid for it, but I did the preview. Got the full game exactly on time. Hostage Negotiator Career, come on, Band Rider, I'm waiting on it. It's soon, but they're keeping everyone informed. Raccoon Tycoon Fat Cat expansion. I love Raccoon Tycoon. Expansion should be coming soon. Predaporter came out I feel like a month after the project was backed. Trial by Trolley, on time. Got it. Everdell should be coming in soon. Namiji should be coming in on time. And then Micro City, 17 hours until that is done as of this point. Murder on the Cosmic Express was funded the February 22nd, 2019. I was actually able to go into a friendly local game store that like a week before the project ended, and I could find it. Okay, but I got the expansion stuff. Here we are. That game was supposed to fund 2 months later in April, and I thought, okay, I saw it in the store. They're a company. They've already made copies. Awesome. But what happened? What fucking happened? Still nothing. Haven't had an update since October. So here's the rule. If you are going to delay your shit, update the people about the shit. People are way, way more understanding about delays if you are open with them about those delays. And this fucking Murder on the Cosmic Express, I can go into it. I saw it on sale in a couple of stores, but I still don't have my copy. And the developer and the publisher, radio silent. They just haven't said a goddamn thing, and it's infuriating. What's not pictured on here is a game called Las Vegas that I had, and I actually paid through that through the developer directly, James Wallace, and that's another one that took goddamn years to come out. He actually did other projects while he did that, and that was, oof, that was annoying. So I have a lot of Kickstarter games. I would say most of the time they come out on time. My only problem is if you're not going to come out on time, you got to tell people. And ladies and gentlemen, find yourself a Phil to say yes or no to you whenever you're getting to the point where you're like, maybe I don't need this, because someone will help you. And they will tell you as to whether or not you need this. Chances are, you probably do not need this. Man, I don't really like doing these unboxings because it takes away my ooh and my ah, which is why I only did the big box. Spoils of War. I'm actually really excited for this. So don't get into that mob mentality. They are not going to save you. Just get a video of your rules, Don't back first timers unless it's a small project, and get yourself a fill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the longest unboxing I've ever done.